today I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of an overview on my winter build. And this is going to be a multi-part series. So I'm probably not going to do much to this car this winter, but I am going to do a few little things. So I have headers on the way. They'll be here soon, actually probably next week. So we're going to be doing a header install, a tune, which for now it's going to get a mildish tune. I have a local friend that's going to help me out, and we're going to just put a decent little header tune in it. It's already got a trans tune. It needs brakes because I glazed them pretty bad this year, so I'm going to put brakes on it. While I'm doing that, the calipers might get redone again. Probably gonna stick with the green, but I'm not sure. I haven't really decided on that yet. So if you have an idea for me, comment below. Amongst other things, I have a few other things that I'm working on. So I acquired this Borla touring exhaust through a trade that I did. So I'm having a debate right now. Do I want to use the stock MPPs or the Borla? So the nice thing about the header kit that I bought is it allows me to use either or. So it's kind of like, do I want the active or do I want the non-active but probably louder Borla? Comment below what you think. So if any of you guys have ever owned a C6, then you probably know as well as I do that these headlight lenses get a little dingy over time. And when I say a little dingy, I mean they get pretty beat. So as you can see, maybe you'll be able to see it in the camera, I don't know. There's a lot of scoring and pitting. You can really see it in the fog lights. So we're gonna redo it. So I ordered a set of replacement lenses. They will be here hopefully very soon. Oh, by the way, I put a ZR1 lip on it. It's not like one of the really fancy ones. It's carbon and cool, but I like it. It was cheap, so looks good for now. Another thing we'll be doing, the lips will be getting painted. We're probably going to do them carbon flash metallic, and the front bumper's getting repainted because it does not match. I think this car was wrecked at one point in its life. So while we do that, the headlights will obviously be apart. They're going to get resprayed on the inside and shot with clear, so they'll look a little better. And new lenses and some other goodies, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so a lot of you probably don't know this, but back in the day before Lethal Shutter and before we did this whole YouTube thing, me and Cody had another business that we were in a partnership with another friend of ours, and that business was called Total Vision Concepts. So what we did at Total Vision Concepts was we built retrofit headlights for all kinds of cars. So I'm not sure if it'll focus on this, but this was one of our, this was our logo. And we did a lot of really cool one-off custom headlights, which I'll show you a few of them here. But as things go, things didn't really work out. It was a very hard competitive business to be in. Parts were expensive. People don't like to spend money on their headlights. So we kind of, we dissolved it, and it's something that I've always kind of liked to do, and I still enjoy doing it on the side. I still do projects for people here and there, not nearly like I used to. Lethal Shutter takes up all my time. Photography takes up all my time. So, but I have, oddly enough, never owned a car that didn't have hideaway headlights until now. So I have decided that I am going to build a set of headlights for my car. So I actually have done a set of C6 headlights, which I'll put a picture right here. I did these for a friend of mine named Roger, and he ended up selling them to our friend Kevin. I always kind of liked the way they turned out, but it wasn't how I would have done mine. So now I have a C6, and I can finally build my headlight that I've always thought about doing for C6. So one thing that I have always kind of hated about C6 headlights is this thing right here. So it's like a, I guess it's the turn signal, you would call it. Yeah, no, it is. It's the turn signal. So I have never really liked the way GM did this, because you have these two like slick looking projectors, and then you have this ugly 90s looking GM like turn signal bulb, and it just looks so out of place in these beautiful housings. So what a lot of people do is they will replace this with a third projector or a dummy projector. You know, some of them aren't functional. Some people leave them as a turn signal. So there's a couple ways to do it. Obviously, a lot of people will just take this and paint it black and cut a hole out of it and put a projector in it, which doesn't look bad. It looks good. But another thing that people do is they'll find these things, which are called mini Gatling gun projector shrouds, and they will use these, which actually, believe it or not, fit that hole perfectly. So I don't mind these, and this may still be what I end up using. I haven't decided yet, but there's a lot of different shroud options out there. Now, I found a shroud that I really like, and I always kind of thought it might look cool in a C6. I'm not sure what it's going to look like yet, and I really won't be able to tell until I get those headlights out and get everything split apart. So this is what's called a turbine projector shroud. So it's another version, kind of the same thing. The only problem is these are a little bit bigger, and I'm not exactly sure how they're going to fit yet. So I picked up two of them, and we're going to see what it looks like. I'm still not sure. I'm not sold this is what I'm going to do yet. But we're gonna see what it's about. Now, one cool thing about these guys here, and now I know everybody's going to yell at me about my paint, but it's about to go get detailed anyway. So we're going to do like a full paint correction and everything on it. So Sterling, if you're watching this, sorry about the paint. It's going to give you more work to do. But so one cool thing about these little guys is you can put an LED switchback ring in them, like so, which, I don't want to take it out of here. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and take it out. So, I don't know how the camera is going to handle this, but basically that's kind of what they look like when they're lit up. And here is the neat part about that. Don't want the camera strap. So, hang on, I'm going to try and do this without breaking the connection. The cool thing is, so watch what happens when I tap. Oh, yep, so they are switchback rings. So with the turn signal, they're going to go switch back. Why not? So this is actually the finishing touch for these projectors. And now that's not going to mount quite like that. And it's also fogging up a little bit. But I've always been a fan of the C7, C6 Corvette Jake logos. So I know a lot of people will say it's boomerish, but I don't know. I always kind of thought it was cool. So what I did was for the third eye projector, which is going to look a lot better than it looks right now because it's just kind of sitting on top of there. But I had my friends over at the Retrofit store. Basically, they're a laser etching service that they offer on their projectors, and that'll all kind of light up a little bit when you, well, I'll get to that. So, but yeah, that's going to be what the third eye looks like. And then, so I don't have a controller yet, so I can't show you exactly how it's going to all work, but basically, these are demon eyes, and what they do is they backlight the projector, which I already put away. But they backlight that projector, and you can change the color on them. I imagine I probably will leave them either set red or blue or something like that, green. I don't know. We'll see. But I probably won't do anything too crazy. But yeah, so it gives me the option to change the colors in the projectors, like when it's stopped. And yeah, again, a little boomerish, but if I'm going to go to the trouble, I'm going to put them in there. I can't really show you what that does because I don't have a controller yet. Still need to order a controller, but you'll be able to do it all through the phone. And again, not something that I'll probably turn on all the time, but it's kind of cool. They're there. So, you know, I've always wanted to do this build, and I'm just going to kind of do it my way rather than the way that the customers have always wanted me to do it. Again, going to be doing a lens replacement on the actual headlight itself, so all this is going to get replaced with brand new lenses. The chrome rings in there, I am probably going to black out. I either am going to have them powder coated or take them down to Cody to let him paint them. We'll probably do them carbon flash. So that way it'll kind of match with everything else that we're going to do, because the car is going to get carbon flash accents all over it, with the exception of the spoiler, which is actual carbon, because I don't really want to spend a bunch of money on carbon on this car. I might do the roof eventually. I don't know. That's a long ways away. A lot of other stuff has to happen first. So that being said, that's pretty much the headlight build. Again, that's all fluid. It could change. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it all, but you know, we'll kind of figure it out as we go. And like I said, if you guys have ideas, suggestions, you know, let me know. Let me know in the comments. You know, I'm sure there'll be some troll posts and people tell me that it's ricey and it's stupid and not to do it, and maybe I won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll just replace the lenses and call it a day. Also, the fog lights, you saw they were really pitted up. Morimoto just released a really nice set of, basically they're an LED plug-and-play fog light that replaced that whole housing. And I think I'm going to go that route on that, just because I had their housings in my truck, and I loved them. They were great. So if you guys need Morimoto stuff, hit those guys up at Retrofit Source. They do a great job. They have a great warranty. They have great customer support. Also, shout out to the guys over at Diode Dynamics. I've gotten some of the stuff from them as well. They're great dudes too. They stand behind. So yeah, basically, like, I mean, you know, my whole goal for these headlights is I want to make them a very classy build. So another thing that a lot of people do is they put 3 rings on each projector. I'm not a fan of that look. I never have been. I've done it for a couple people. It doesn't look terrible, but it's kind of a little, I don't want to use ricey. Ricey's not the right word. It's just a little loud for my taste. I like something a little more subdued. So that's what we're going to go for on those. If you guys have suggestions or something you think would look good that I don't know about, shoot it my way. A lot of people are switching to the Morimoto headlights in these, like the C7 style. I'm not a fan of that. I just don't think it fits these cars. I don't think the lines of them fit these cars. I think the headlights are actually one of the nicest features on these, other than that big blocky thing. But a lot of people disagree with me. And you know, it's all about personal taste. So on the note of the headers, like I said, a lot of people are going to give me shit about this, but I decided that I didn't really want to go drop $1,200 on a brand new set of headers. I looked really hard for a used set of like American Racing or Hookers or something like that, but could not find a good set. So the cheapest set I think I found was like $1,200, and I mean, you can almost buy a new set from what I found used ones for. So headers, but I found a deal that I could not refuse on a brand new set of Speed Engineering headers. And I know what you guys are gonna say, stay away from Speed Engineering headers because they're cheap and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. My cousin has had these headers on his car now for a good, I don't know, 6 months, and they still look every bit as good as the day he put them on. They sound good, they perform good, and now granted, they might not make the most horsepower, and I'm sure you guys out there are going to tell me like they probably make the least horsepower out of any header you can get for one of these. But here's the thing. I'm not worried about the overall number because this car is not going to be a radical build. It's going to be pretty much just a fun street car build. It's not even going to get a converter. It's just going to have a cam. So also, and I wish he were here so he could tell you more than I could, but basically, we are also going to be filming whatever it ends up being that Cody does with his car. He has like 7 different plans right now, and I'm not sure which one he's doing. So there will be updates on Cody here soon too, and what his projects are. So you're going to see a lot more content from us guys. Expect at least weekly vlogs, and maybe more than that, as well as a lot of features. We're going to be doing a lot of filming of racing. We have a lot of irons in the fire right now, and things are going to really amp up here. So, and make sure you hit that subscribe button because that's how you see our stuff. So with that being said, that's about it for today. Like I said, more to come on this, more to come on everything else. We got a lot of cool content coming, guys, so stay tuned.